M or Ronin S? Which one should you get? What is up, Instagram fam? Wanted to take a few minutes just to talk about these two gimbals because there's some things that I felt were not covered in any of the videos that I saw online, or even maybe their website that wasn't quite helpful, and I couldn't really figure it out until I purchased them. So I want to go over some of the obvious things. Number one, the price point. The Ronin M is much more expensive than the Ronin S. The Ronin N comes in a couple packages. The one that I got has 2 batteries, comes with a remote control. So if you have a second camera operator, they can operate the gimbal while you're carrying it around, so they can move the camera with a remote. It comes in the packaging. I haven't really used it. I don't have a second camera operator, but if I do have the opportunity to use it, I'll wing it and see what happens. The Ronin S comes in the standard and the essentials. The standard comes with just the gimbal itself, and then the essential has the follow focus, some extra accessory cables inside of it. But other than that, there's not that much of a difference. This was $1,100 or $1,200. This is, I think, $550 for the essentials and $750 for the standard. So it's a big difference. The other thing that I wanted to cover was carrying it around, portability. So the M doesn't come with a carry case. It just comes in a box. You pull that box apart, you take the gimbal out, and that's it. You throw the box away. The Ronin S comes with this nifty little styrofoam case for it, which also doubles as a carry case. It's exactly what it comes in. But for $100, you can get one of these on Amazon, and it's pretty cool. Almost knocked something out there. Everything fits in there. Put it away. They're both pretty much the same thing when it comes to setup time. They're not hard to put together or pull apart. On the Ronin M, it's the 2 handles, the top part that divides into 3, which is the top handle, the little sidebars, and the actual motor. And it has a stand where you mount it on when you're not using it. The S is the tripod, the little tripod stand, the battery, and the motor of the actual gimbal. So it's not that big of a deal to set up either of them. I feel like you kind of take the same time to put them together. Now, the thing that I really wanted to cover was the modes. So the Ronin S has a couple modes. It has a steady one where you can move up and down, do whatever you want. It's not gonna go anywhere. Then you have the follow mode where whatever you do with your motion of your hands, the camera will do as well. And then it has sport mode and selfie mode. The Ronin M doesn't have any of that, but it sounds bad, and I made it sound really bad, but it's actually pretty freaking cool. So the Ronin M to me literally feels like an extension of your arm and your movements. So the Ronin M is constantly on follow mode. So whatever you do with the camera, the actual gimbal and the motors will do, and it'll function that way. You can control the sensitivity of the motors, and it'll be more sensitive to what you're doing or less sensitive. The modes that it really has is briefcase mode, underslung mode, and then the flipped over, which I forgot what it's called. So pretty much you can hold the gimbal like this. You can flip it over on its top so you have a higher reach if you're trying to point at something down. You can actually turn it sideways and the motors will shift when you move it, and the gimbal's facing forward and the camera's here. So whatever you do, you have more portability in a sense, more access to whatever you're trying to shoot, kind of like the S would give you if you're holding it like this. So it does have that. But to be honest, the reason why I upgraded from the S to the M is because for some reason, this cannot handle lower weight. I don't know if that makes sense. So when I have my Zeiss 50mm f1.4, which is pretty freaking heavy, mounted with the cage on the A7 III, I would balance it out, camera was good to go. I put my 24G Masters on it, which is super lightweight, and it wouldn't stay centered. It would shift to one side, shift to the other. So imagine you're out there on a shoot, you're doing a shot, you think you get the shot, when you get home, you upload the file, and you see that your freaking shot is a little shifted. Really annoying. You have to correct it. Sometimes you end up cropping stuff out just so you can have it in focus. It was really annoying. I bought the M. I was really annoyed when I first got it. I was like, man, this doesn't have any mode. There's no buttons on it to control it, which you can buy for. But the moment that I tested it out, number one, this thing is way more stable and sturdy than the Ronin S is. You're definitely gonna get the bang for your buck. If you're pursuing this as an active professional career, the Ronin M for sure, hands down, is the way to go. It's so much smoother, so much sturdier. All the motions that you do, it literally feels like an extension of your arm. And to me, that makes me feel more creative because it gives me access to just do whatever I think if I know that the gear that I'm using is gonna respond to what I'm trying to do. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the things that I wanted to cover. The biggest one being the modes. The S has modes that you actually can select and switch from. The M does not. It's just pretty much in the way that you can operate it, whether you operate it with the handle sideways, which is briefcase mode, if you're operating it with the gimbal upward or underslung. But other than that, it's always in follow mode, where whatever you do, it does, and you can't control the sensitivity. I also feel that this balances way better than the S. Like when you put it in the system, in the app for it, the Ronin Assistant, I feel like it does way better of a job than the one for the S does. So that's it. That's all I have for you guys. Just wanted to cover that really quick because I felt like the modes are something that I felt other people hadn't covered, and I bought it and I was kind of annoyed, but then I was like, it wasn't really important. But you might want to know it, you might want to hear it. If you have the money, if you have the budget, and you want really professional grade work, go for the M. If you don't have the money and you're just starting out, you're on a tight budget, then go for the S. They're still both great products. Maybe I just got a bad one that wouldn't, I don't know, hold lesser weight, or it needed more weight on it to balance well, or I could have put a spacer on it, or a counterweight. But honestly, the quality of the stabilized image that I'm getting out of this is so much better that I don't even care about all the other things about this, or even the cost of it. I think it was totally worth it. Had I known it from the beginning, I would have bought the M over the S. Those are my 2 cents. They might not be worth 2 cents. But catch you guys. Thanks for watching.